Hello everyone, my name is Riva. Welcome to our sixth AMA session featuring Mr. Bhavesh Thakkar, CEO and founder of Foreign Campus. We are here to provide you an opportunity to hear directly one of our key leaders driving an innovation and growth. So feel free to drop your questions. Let's start. Many institutes enter to Middle East, but few truly succeed. What's the biggest difference between market entry and market success?
First of all, thank you, Riva, for having me again. And I'm happy to, answer your questions. So, correct me if I'm wrong in understanding your question, which is you said quite a few institutions or quite a few educational groups are trying to enter Middle East, but there are few who succeeds. And you want to know the difference between what's the market entry and what's market success. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Right. So it's a good question because it's a very rare question which has come to me. So market entry, according to me, is mostly like I would say falls under transactional kind of an structure, but market success is always a structural planning. Um, when I say entry, what I mean by that is that obtaining approvals, announcing presence, and starting the operations. But success means building regularity, alignment, financial sustainability, long term demand, positioning, and trusted local relationships. I think this is like the two difference, what I would say. But in Middle East, success depends on alignment with national vision strategies, government engagement, sustainable capital structuring, brand positioning, suited to regional expectations. So institutions that succeed treat expansion as a long-term regional commitment, not a short-term geographic addition.
That's great. Strong perspective, I would like to say. So,
Thank
we
you.
would like to know that, yes, we would like to know what's the common mistake educational institutes makes while expanding into the Middle East.
Um, last time as well, I think on one of your email, I was saying that there is nothing called as mistakes. Basically, it's like ongoing learning experiences, and we are just an observer. So as a consultant or as a strategist or as an advisor, I would say that I would like to bring in few of the points in regards to the educational institutions who are trying to expand medicine, which they can rectify or they can do it in a better way. So one of them is assuming the region is homogeneous, where each country operates differently. Homogeneous, sorry, I'm homogeneous, which each country operates differently. Um, the other point is underestimating regulatory depth and approval timelines. Third one I would say is like overestimating brand pull without local adaptation. I've seen good brands and big brands, you know, they try to fall into this particular problem where they overestimate their brand pull, but not understanding the local adaptation. Fourth one I would say is entering without structured capital planning. This is also very much needed thing because if the financial planning is not there in place and dependency on the business happening or the local students enrollment happening, would sometimes get into trouble. So that's another thing which I have seen. And one of the last point which I would like to bring is treating expansion as a side project rather than a strategic transformation. So Middle East rewards preparation, cultural intelligence, and financial discipline. Institutions that approach it casually rarely sustain momentum, I would say.
Yes, absolutely agree with your point. That's really insightful. So, how important that local partnership while entering into the Middle East market?
So local partnership is like not optional. I would say it is definitely the foundational step, the foundational move. The region, this Middle East region operates on a few things, which is like trust. It operates on networks and strategic alignment. A strong local partner which will provide you a regulatory navigation, government connectivity, cultural insight, market credibility, and risk mitigation. Now, without local anchoring, institutions face delays, misalignment, I would say also unnecessary capital exposure. But with the right local partner, timelines, compresses and credibility accelerates.
Yes, true. Definitely great thought. Strong point about the local partnership. From your experience, we would like to know what should the institutes evaluate before choosing the Middle East market expansion destination.
So, like any country, I would say that before expansion, any education institutions must evaluate regulatory environment and licensing structure, which is, I think, the first moving step. Then definitely capital requirement and long-term ROI projections, which has to be very conservative. Alignment with national development agenda. This is something which I think people miss out a lot because the GCC or the Dubai or Saudi all have their own national development agendas, and if somebody who's aligned with that, then definitely it gives more clarity and more vision towards moving forward aggressive or go a bit slow, or how you want to proceed, particularly with your plans, keeping national development agenda into mind. Competitive landscape, because competition is always better to know. Operational sustainability model, leadership bandwidth for international growth. Now, expansion should never be driven by opportunity alone. I think because opportunity might be there in every country, every city, or every state, or every Emirates, but it must be supported by readiness of capital resilience and long-term vision.
I would like to say that is a very strategic thinking. So how does foreign campus supports institutes beyond the market entry?
Right. So foreign campus is like, we act as the global expansion strategist. So we strategize any schools or colleges or university who wants to expand in either of the region, India, GCC, or North America. So what we do is like we operate in a strategic expansion level. So by not just giving an advisory level of information, but we support any education institution across their life cycle by bringing few points are like if they wish they can definitely get feasibility assessment and jurisdiction selection from our end. We can help them in regulatory and government alignment, investor structuring and capital partnerships, mergers, acquisitions, joint ventures, operational setup strategy if they wish, long-term expansion roadmap across multiple geographies. And we have also added about bringing in investments for any project where if they want to have a propco investor or somebody who can get into the real estate or propco or buying of the land, and then these guy education groups can lease it out. So our role is to reduce risk, protect capital, and accelerate structured international growth. We don't just help institutions enter a market, but we help them build a sustainable regional presence. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, that's clearly defined the approach of foreign campus. All right, everyone. We have got just few minutes left. If anyone have any questions, please direct to our CEO. Okay then. Huge thanks to Mr. Bhavesh Thakkar for answering all those questions and everyone who turned in. We really appreciate your engagement and looking forward to connect with you again soon. For a further update, please visit our website www.foreigncampus.com.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Riva, for having me here. And definitely, y'all can reach me out on my LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram social handle, and I can message you back. If you have any query, you can send me any questions out there. I'll definitely reply to you all on that. So thank you for listening to me. Bye.
Bye. You're welcome.